Sorry about that. Dear, dear, dear. That's activity feed. I don't want activity feed, do I? No. I want chat feed. That's what I want. What have I done? You just close the dock of a window. If you'd like to share again, use the docs menu on the menu bar. Okay. Docs. Chat. That's what I want. There we go. There we go. There we go. Back. Oh well. Extra part. Bloody bots. Do you want to do thing me? Do you want cheap followers? No. What, Willie? Come on. Well, where you going, Willie?
Zach, Willie is calling for us.
Go on then, Willie. You show us the way. We found, Willie. We found. The twisted girl neck and the priest. Go on, Willie. What you found? How you doing, dude? You right? That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. Well, expansion early access is up, so trophy hunting retaking the dip. What's that? Oh, World of Warcraft. Oh, okay. What you found, Willie? Where are you stuck there? He's found a place to eat. He's found somewhere. He said he wanted me to follow him. Go on, Willie. You're stuck, aren't you? We're going to have to go again, aren't we?
Previously during the investigation.
Great, we're here. I mean, we're not too far away, I guess, but... Already seen that bit. Check out the previous part. Now we can save it here. That's handy. See if Willie does his job this time. Well, go on then, Willie. Where you going, Willie? Where you going? Hey. I mean, he's probably looking for a place to wee. we're going this way. See, I'm not getting ahead of him, I'm just letting it do its thing. Well, at least the music's keeping up this time, it wasn't last time. Because it did an abrupt stop last time, I'm like, oh. You ready for the weekend, dude? Always, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see.
Willie, are you out there?
Kaysen, what are you doing in there?
York, is that you? Thank God. I can't get this door open. Can you unlock it from your side?
Kaysen, stand away from the door.
Oh look, it's me again.
Where's Diane? And what are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, let's just say I have my reasons, you know, private reasons. I don't really have to tell you, do I?
Actually, you do. Diane just died a moment ago.
What?
You're not just a key witness now. You're now a suspect. And you need to tell me exactly what you were doing here.
Well, I just came here to talk with Diane. To have a conversation.
And I suppose that kiss mark on your cheek is from your conversation.
This was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what killed Diane.
Okay. I came here to be with Diane. You happy now? We've been together before, a couple times. It's one of the reasons why I like coming to this town, see? This time is no different. I bumped into her in a bar in Seattle. I had some holiday coming up. Well, so I just took it and I drove her back here. I have a wife, you know, but we've been separated for a while. We're going through a divorce right now, and I don't want her lawyer finding out. Anyway, how could I kill Diane if I was in a room locked from the outside? 2 hours ago, me and Diane, we were taking it easy, drinking upstairs. We were, you know, enjoying ourselves. Then Nick had to show up. Well, then Diane had a sudden change of heart. She locked me up in here. I've just been here, waiting for her to come back, of course, but she didn't. I heard footsteps a couple of times, but they just passed by. Well, then I couldn't wait anymore, so I let Willie here out through the window. Then you showed up instead of Diane.
I'm telling you, it's Thomas's sister.
Zach, Diane has become the third victim of our killer.
And nada from questioning Nick. Nothing. Got no new leads from questioning Nick. He's taken the death of Diane really badly. In shock, the works. He claims to have liked talking with her about art, but he also had a problem with her views about men. He says that they argued, but not at a level that would lead to a murder. They were about to head out to the bar again together, but while he was waiting for Diane, someone knocked him out cold. He has no idea who it was either. Of course, Kaysen looks like a prime suspect, but that door was locked from the outside. There was no other way in or out of that room, which means there is no evidence of his involvement at this time. He did say something else. The footsteps he heard outside the room were not heels, but a man's boots. And Nick was wearing boots. But now that Diane's dead, no one can back up Nick's statement, which is why we have Nick in custody and have to let Kaysen go free. That seemed like the only option, at least for now.
One more thing, Zach. George looked terribly depressed. I guess this case is really getting to him.
He's feeling responsible for the deaths of Becky and Diane. Take his rules and confidence away from him? I wonder what's left. Well, of course, he'd still have muscle.
Well, at least we got through that bit. But yeah, I do reckon it is Thingy. It's Tom's sister.
Zach, let's get back to the hotel.
First Anna, then Becky, now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a moment?
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar. Of course, we don't really have
Alright,
to.
Alex, how you doing, man?
A bar? Now that sounds like a good idea.
Zach, what do you think? We can go drinking with George, or turn him down and head back to the hotel.
No, let's go for the drink. Let's help out George here, because he needs it.
George, that scar on your cheek. Where did you get it?
This? Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, how's it going, dude?
Well, it's not from work. I got it when I was a kid.
A childhood injury. Tree climbing? I used to get a few scrapes myself climbing the big tree in our backyard. I used to climb it a lot, and fall out of it a lot.
This wasn't anything like that, though. It was my mother. She did it.
I'm sorry, George.
Really?
Don't worry. It's ancient history. The world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over
You'd think
their
that'd be standard by now, wouldn't you? Or a standard from first party games.
I have no memories of my father. He left before I knew him. My mother would hit me every time I asked why. And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud, she found reasons to hit me. Hit me bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment. She'd whip my back with these thin tree branches like a whip.
Please, Mama. I won't do it again. That hurts, Mama.
Ha, okay.
I'm sorry.
Tree punishment was definitely the worst, I tell you. Just hearing those words
When's
used to
it
make me
out?
shiver and want to pass out. And that's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing. This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you. And me, being a naive, dumb kid, I believed her. I went to the woods to apologize to the trees. I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way? I've thought long and hard about it. In the end, I've just figured I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
But now you have the power to protect the weak.
That's right. Perhaps I should thank my mother for guiding me into this line of work.
So they can say all this stuff, but they're not really having an excuse for the game modes bit.
York. I've been an arrogant fool, haven't I?
Which is quite a different
if it weren't for
conversation to
me,
what's actually going on at the
Both
moment.
Becky and Diane would still be alive. I could have saved them both. You know, it's almost like they died because of me.
You're out of your mind.
I invited you to this bar for a drink. But I guess this bar is my confession chamber. And I wanted you to listen. And to tell you, well,
This is quite heavy considering the
must-
game, isn't it, really, again?
already hate me for causing all these problems, not following your orders. York, I'm sorry. I'll follow your orders from now on. You'll have my total cooperation.
George, you've been as cooperative as you can be. You even invited an FBI guy to a bar for drinks. You've done a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that. Nobody can blame you for anything.
Thanks. I do feel a little better.
Yeah, that was quite a deep conversation there. Ah, now this is the person I think is the killer.
Hey, Carol.
Look at the dress.
Becky is dead. Diane, too.
Look at the hair.
We've got Nick in custody as a suspect.
Nick didn't do it.
I know. Carol, you took a locket from Diane, didn't you? A locket with this mark on it.
Look at the heels.
I'm busy, gotta go.
See, I think that the thing that's on the back is not part of the back itself. I think it's something that's comes up. Isn't that the Russian sponsorship of old Nikita Mazepin's? What are they up to? You walking on the beach at sunset? Oh, I wish I was there right now, mate. I tell you, could do with that. Phantom money would definitely do it. See you in 15 hours? Possibly. Very possibly. Gone to a Dutch court to get Haas cars and spare parts seized. They could only do that. Stan said, did you buy change? Yeah, I wish I had the money, mate. Tell you. And, you know, passport, so that would stop me as well. But... They couldn't do that for this year's car. They had nothing to do with this year's bloody car. So what good's that going to be doing them? Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Did nothing. Oh yeah, I know. You can definitely go to Scotland and Wales, yeah, because they have owed money from Haas and they've not. Gene Haas has not paid the. Oh, that's not good. Especially, yeah. What do we forget here then? We spoke to George. We've got this. So while we're here then, if we've... What, we gotta go behind the bar? So, don't worry lads, I'll get my own drink. I do think it's her. I really think it's her that's the killer. Yeah, to get pissed. Yeah, true. No worries, dude. You enjoy the beach. Everyone seized right after Zandvoort. That's just... Okay, so what am I supposed to do here if I want to get this loop? Ah, here we go.
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Zack, Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
York? Why is she here?
I just thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose. Is this a problem?
No, of course not. Pardon me, Emily, but I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George, I just got here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I'm afraid I've already had enough. And I already had a good man-to-man with York. So I'll see you guys.
You had a brutal man-to-man. He let out some hell.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past.
What, were they dating?
Okay. He did ask me out when I first came to town. I was still in high school.
Oh, no.
But I never really considered him my type. There's the age gap thing, too.
Yeah, I was going to say
respect
that.
him, of course.
Ooh.
Or I wouldn't have taken his job otherwise.
So, did you move to this town alone?
Of course not. I came with my parents.
Tell me about them then.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He was hardly at home when I was a kid, always working. Those pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him. My mother? Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect. She was always kind and understanding. Not only that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce, too, scolding me if I took a wrong step. We had our battles, sure, but all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's gone now. Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever I go. It's what I treasure most.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
Again, quite on the heavy side. It's like we're supposed to be lightening the mood here.
I had a good time tonight. Good night.
See you tomorrow.
York.
Yes?
Yes.
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
So, right, okay, so now, good thing is we can use the cop car. So what I'm going to do, before we carry on going back to the hotel, is we're going to look for some more bones. Maybe a couple of cards as well. Ah, there's a bone there. So I can go this way, around, and into there. Can I get that card? Right, okay. So let's get in the car. Because I know there is something to do with all the bones. There's like 7. Bum, 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 dum.
remember? How many years ago was it now? That multiple homicide of young girls in that college town in Illinois. All the victims were cut open from the throat to the crotch. Ripped right open. During the autopsy, a second stomach was found inside the first victim's body. Of course, she didn't naturally grow a second stomach. One of the stomachs belonged to someone else. As more victims piled up, there was one with 2 hearts, one with 2 livers, 4 lungs. Different organs each time.
Of course, those extra organs didn't do the girls much good, right, Zach?
And they say too much is never enough.
Oh, you sick
In the
bastards.
end, we arrested a professor at the med school. They found the body of his daughter dead and the missing organs at his house. Do you remember what he said when we took him in? I was ordered to restore those deformed bodies back to normal. And remember who he said ordered him? An alien. Well, of course, we couldn't arrest an alien, so we arrested the professor instead.
There is a
Serial
satirical
killers
joke
can't be
there.
caught by
Don't make
logic
it.
and common sense. I learned this the hard way. That first case taught me that. Since then, these cases just keep getting more and more complicated. It's a tough job. I thought getting experience while I was young would make the job easier.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out?
Well, I'll join you if you like, but I do need to get that report written.
Let us get the bones, you silly bugger.
A human bone? This doesn't look related to the case, but shouldn't I let someone know?
Right. Let's see how many bones we have. Okay, we have 2, 4, 6. So there's 1 bone missing. So let's go looking for the bone. Don't see it there. If anybody sees it, let me know. Swelly. Not there. So Alex, do you think they'll get them seized, or do you think it'll be a case of, nah mate, nah, just pay it? So where would this bone be? I don't see it there. No, true. So where is this final bone then? Definitely not there. Aha! There you are. So... Right, okay, so we go to here. Right, so where am I? Right, I'm there. So come round here. No. Well, not too far away then. Not too far away then. Issue is, how can House, an American company, give... That is a very good point. Yeah, because they've been sanctioned by the UN because it's a Russian company. That is a very, very good point.
There was another really bad one around this time of year. 3 years ago. Remember, Zach?
Yes, that's right. That one. Multiple homicide, same MO, across Utah, Colorado, and Missouri. The victims were all average married housewives. But after being run over so many times by a car, they didn't look human. 5 victims in 2 months in the 3 states. The way he killed them was always the same. But aside from that, there was nothing that linked the victims together. Well, they were all married. But age, race, nothing else matched up. Tire marks and fragments of paint ID'd the car that was used. That's where things got really tricky. The perpetrator used a 1993 model Cadillac Alante as a weapon. It was registered in the name of one Senator... No, I don't feel like talking about this anymore. That senator's basement. I wish I could forget what I saw there.
Okay, yeah, let's not talk about that shit anymore then, yeah? Good. Right, I believe it is this way we can go. Because it's way down by the bridge. Right, let's... Yeah, so, okay, so straight along here then. Meet the road. Road travels over the bridge, and it's just around that corner bit there. Lovely, right. Now, if anybody who's watching knows when this side quest will come up for the Magnum, and to use these bones, let me know if I miss it. And do you know what that also sounds like to me as well? Someone's running out of funds and trying anything to get extra. Like, you know, almost like they started a police action that they went completely out of control and they've lost.
A human bone? This doesn't look related to the case, but shouldn't I let someone know?
Right, so I got all 7 now. Now we have to make our way back.
Let's focus on the case at hand. The murders with the red seeds. Officially, the Bureau has not made a statement about these seeds. Some even claim that they are irrelevant to the killings. But after the red seeds were found in a Boston homicide, I've been unable to get them out of my head. I've even gone through all of the files looking for similar cases, and we found 7 other homicides related to the seeds. The victims were all young girls, and they were killed in 8 different states. They arrested all 7 murderers, but there was no connection between them. However, we must not overlook there was one thing linking the cases together, and that's the red seeds.
And I have a hunch this case here in Greenvale is going to lead us to the truth about those seeds. Don't you think so, Zach?
Well, let's just do what we can do and do our best. And by doing our best, I'm sure we'll get to where we need to go.
You sound very confident there, Francis Morgan. Right, let's go to the hotel then. See if I go the right way. Well, I kind of am, really. Oh, there's another card in there. Right, so we just need to take the next right, then the left, and then the right. So almost there. So I'm just wondering how big this game actually is.
Zach, let's go over our progress.
From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
That's right. Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other.
Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
That's right, Casey. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him.
Good they put good dog in there.
Casey's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
Men's boots.
That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
No.
Me too. Usha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the raincoat killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession, the man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign.
It's not a tattoo.
There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly, baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
Who's Zach?
See, told you.
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he is always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child. I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses, they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
may be hopeless, but not useless.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
I hope so.
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember our conversation with Emily? She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
No, I don't think so.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it in here, Thomas. I think I'm going mad. I know you're there. Come on, please! Thomas! 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 Thomas!
What the? Episode 2 part 2 cleared.
Previously during the investigation.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
Wait! She's still alive.
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Emily, hurry!
You saved my life.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
So we have many doors. I want to say one thing. For all its faults, this sort of stuff bit right here is making us actually think it's like, huh? So who is it? What's going on? It's the detective part of it. It's actually good. Oh, we found someone then.
Open this door. There is no turning back. You still want to enter?
I do. It's better than staying here.
Very well then. Off you go, Mr. Locke.
Look carefully, boy. At times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
Oh, hello, camera, mucking about. Saw that one coming, didn't we? Oh, okay. Let's hear this one then. It's getting weirder and weirder. High quality beef.
Mr. Morgan, do you want a refill?
Yes, thank you.
Is the coffee that good, Mr. Morgan?
Coffee is a vital investigative tool. I know exactly what to do now.
Oh, okay.
It says to hurry, and the first letter of each line is H-A-R-R-Y. Hurry to Harry. Looks like the time that he was talking about has come. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit. Polly, I think I'm going to go see Harry today.
No sanctions issues.
Oh,
It's
really?
hilarious though, yeah.
He's a little
It's like,
strange, but I think he's the most trustworthy one around here. I think you'll have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly, then we probably will.
Of course. Now, give me your cup, and I'll give you some more coffee.
No, I've got to hurry if I've got to go see Harry.
I'll see you later, Polly.
Mr. Morgan, what about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your coffee!
Dun, 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 dun. That is, yeah. It's basically the Gump saying, oh, we tried to resolve this. We tried to resolve this before, but they weren't going to listen.
Hey, am I still a suspect?
No.
Okay, well, good. My wife and I have been living separately for over 3 years now. Diane, she's a single woman, so this shouldn't be a problem.
That's true.
Well, there is a problem now.
I feel so bad for Diane, though. Gosh. Did you find out who did it?
I can't discuss that.
Yes, of course. I understand. You don't have to tell any of the folks around town about me and Diane, do you?
No, I won't do that. But it's a small town. I'm sure the rumors have started already. Nothing to be ashamed of, right? What's there to worry about?
Nothing in particular. No, nothing at all. I'm clean as the sheets in this hotel. What's with that look? We don't have a problem, right?
It looks like Kaysen is involved with another woman in town. We can only hope it isn't Emily.
Oh, he suddenly appeared right there again.
You? You?
Right, we need to get to Harry. See, this is a prime example of games when they say about hurrying up and getting somewhere and then delaying you.
York, I can't find Thomas. Was he here?
No, I haven't seen him. Have you tried the radio?
I've been trying, but he's not answering.
What about Nick?
No problem with him. He's calmed down a little. He's still saying he didn't do it. Nick said that Thomas disappeared sometime during the night. He kept calling for him, but Thomas stopped responding. I'm a bit worried. George has asked for permission to search for Thomas.
I understand that things have been hard for Thomas, but surely he's just resting at home. But I'm not against looking for him. Tell George that he has my blessing.
Okay. As far as I know, Thomas always calls in when he needs a day off.
We're human, and so we are limited. As far as you know, there haven't been any serial killings here before, right?
That's right, but that's not...
Emily, I'm going to see Harry today.
What? Why? We have plenty of other leads to follow, don't we?
He did invite me over, though. It would be bad manners not to accept.
Are you really an FBI agent? I think the FBI would take a more logical approach to investigations.
But Emily, a serial killer does not stay within the boundaries of logic. Thus, you can't hope to capture such a killer using only logic. That's why I'm going to see Harry. You go with George and find Thomas.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great. Thanks.
3 hours later.
I was an idiot for thinking he might be a good pick. I really need to work on my taste in men.
So, right. Are we now able to go and actually see him?
Zach, we've ended up with a third victim. That dive I made at the gallery ended up being a wasted attempt to save a life. It's a real mess, Zach.
Yes, yes it is.
Dive. When's the last time I made a dive like that? Oh, I remember. Do you? It was in my late teens. We used to go to those concerts. You and I like punk rock, but we like different types of punk. You liked hard and heavy punk, like Crash and Sham 69. I like the more twisted ones, like the Damned, Buzzcocks, Iggy Pop, and Joy Division. We used to talk for hours about the bands we really liked, but for some reason, neither of us listened to the Sex Pistols. I wonder why that was. Seems strange thinking about it now.
I mean, there are reasons. I wait to see what Hass's reaction is to this. And am I going the right way? Right, so it's there I gotta go. And follow this round. So where am I gonna go? Again? Right, so I'm up here. I can go this way. Follow this round to about there. That's fine. Okay, so next left, third left. No, next left, third right. So that's first right. That's second. And the third one's coming up. Here we go. Also, Alex, who are you picking for the weekend to win? You've not seen much outside the drama, fair enough. The thing about it is, right, Mazepin's dad, doesn't he own that company? Do we? Because we already know he's mates with old Vlad himself.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
We have arrived. Singapore is the 22nd of September, right? Austin is... Bloody hell, we have a month's break. That makes no sense. Yeah, because isn't it Zandvoort, Monza, then Singapore?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, Mr. Stewart has been waiting for you. To the meeting room you shall go to.
They could have spaced that out a bit, couldn't they?
The meeting room is through here. Please be kind. Be sincere.
Oh, Baku. I forgot about Baku. Does make sense, though, having it Baku moving along that way. Nothing there. I want to check if there's medals. On the medals, I don't see any. Let's go. Okay. Oh, we're going in this way, are we?
Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues.
What? Do we need more fishing rods or something then? Or there's something else that we have to take away from here? Oh, no, like umbrellas. I wonder what secret he holds. Nice to know this is not straightforward, isn't it? Right, so we got doors there that we can potentially open. We can sleep on that if we wanted. We could have a shave. Umbrella for guest room 6, okay. So we're going to need to find, what, 3 umbrellas? I'm taking it. So I guess we take all the umbrellas. We put them in the statues. And then we'll work out what ones go where, I guess. Lovely. Also depends on the ticket prices, mate. Because there's AEW All In Wembley this year again, this weekend. And even though that's not going to be as big of a crowd as there was last year, that will still probably be financially successful, because some of the tickets for the seating that I was around is about 3 times the price. Yeah, too expensive. It's like when WWE was here. There's less seats because of Taylor Swift. Well, there was the way she set it up. We went, oh, you can get more for less here. Don't worry about it. Or is it because it's so soon afterwards that some of the staging they're going to be using for Taylor? That's crazy. There's also that rumour that they're not going to be back in 2025 because WWE's going to be there. Oh, she's only just finished Wembley. Oh, I see. No, but in this instance it is. It's not really the pricing for Wembley that's caused by Tay-Tay. It's more thingy. It's more the yeah, they'll be in Texas. That's number 3.
Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues. Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues.
What do you mean we need more bloody clues? We've got them.
Zach, something is still
missing. Is it because, though, WWE will be back in London
clues.
at the stadium in 2025? But it won't be for SummerSlam because that's Indianapolis. But yeah, no, if Taylor Swift's doing a concert really, really soon, close to AEW All In, there's going to be a timing to get the staging and that moved. Oh no, Tony Khan will want that. They'll be getting the money, don't worry, they'll be going to Texas.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, please have some tea while it is hot. Too much coffee for your body will make it rot.
You seem well prepared. Almost as though you knew I would be coming today.
Mr. Stewart is particular about the best timing for all things. Now please, drink some tea and enjoy the good health it brings.
I'm sorry, Harry, but I just don't like tea.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, some tea with sugar is what's best admired.
By your body that looks so tired. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, where did you get these seeds?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, those seeds were found in our town in a certain specific place.
Oh, yeah.
More seeds are there, you will see, when you find that certain space. Come back to me and we shall talk after you find that certain place. So says Mr. Stewart.
Oh, he could stop being a cryptic fuck.
Harry, so you like to play games?
You want to play a game?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, a hint for you to find this location.
It is most crowded and most quiet, and
Yeah.
gives a cold sensation. So says Mr. Stewart.
All right. So you're not going to talk unless I find this certain place. I'll play along.
Yeah, crypty. It was a tea break.
Zach, let the treasure hunt begin. A crowded place, and yet it is very quiet there. Have you figured it out, Zach?
The cemetery.
Must be the graveyard. There's lots of people there, but none of them can speak. You see?
A
So let's
T-bone.
get going to the graveyard.
Right, where are you taking us then, game? So we can go. Follow this round. Yeah. To there. And then we take a right at that T-junction. Actually, no, that was a crossroads, not a T-junction.
You know what? There was one band that we both liked.
We went all the way to New York to see them play, right, Zach?
Did we?
It took us hours to get to New York by bus. We got to the CBGB and we were so nervous we couldn't go inside.
It took us 30 minutes to gather enough courage to go inside. And inside, we were shocked. Right, Zach?
I'll never forget that feeling. It was like a blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg bop.
The Ramones, yeah.
The Ramones.
So he's gone from movies to bands now.
That song still makes me feel good. And that's a sign of a classic. But it's amazing I got in without being asked for ID. Those were the good old days. rock and roll high school and Chinese rock. Sheena is a punk rocker and surfing bird. And I was so depressed when I heard the news of the deaths. Original punk is one of the greatest gifts left from the 20th century. Let's hope they're still rocking on wherever they are.
Keep on rocking in the free world and all that. Stage practice is no good measure of how teams and performance tomorrow. The weather will be completely different. So what do you make of the potential sanctions against, or the seizure of Haas's equipment? Head towards the graveyard. Wait a minute. If we find someone in the graveyard, because there was an open grave, wasn't there? So maybe we pass them to the grave digger, who puts them in the grave. Yep. Is that how we get the Magnum?
Zach, we're supposed to play along with Harry's little game, remember?
I know. I'm with you on that. I don't like being played with either, but we've got 3 victims now, and we need to prevent that number from becoming 4.
Yes, yes we do.
Just as Harry said, it's crowded and quiet. Hey, Brian.
Agent. Mr. Agent, how are you?
Not bad. I'm, just playing a little game with Harry.
Game? A game? Oh, is that fun?
We've only just started, Brian. The fun is about to begin. I'd like to ask you something, actually.
Again with the sky.
Is there a tree in the graveyard that drops red seeds?
Seeds? Red seeds? That tree does. And that one. And that one too. All red seeds.
Wait a minute, that's... See, if Brian was here, I'd see about giving him the... Ah, there he is. Let's see if I can give him the actual stuff. Red seed, yeah, I can't go... Yeah, right, okay. Well, we already went here before, so... Pipe.
Amazing.
Shot him in the ass. Get off, you bugger.
Great. Bullseye. Nice shot.
You don't want to die.
Nice shot. Yes. Bullseye. Nice shot. Amazing. Amazing. Yes. Bullseye.
Out the fucking way, you. Right, okay, right. Where are you?
Zach, mission accomplished. Let's get back to Harry's. The reward better be good.
You got red seeds.
But you know about these seeds? They were right here under my nose. It's as if I was carefully carrying a bottle of water while walking in a pool.
We're learning the countryside version of common sense the hard way, Zach.
So I can't go that way, so it's back out this way. Oh, joyous, joyous times. It's like, see you, Brian. Right, back to Harry's then.
So, Zach, about Emily.
My first impression when we met her on that bridge is slightly different from what I think about her now. Don't you think she's pretty mesmerizing?
And Zach, she seemed interested in you.
Did you make a move on her? No, don't answer. I'm just asking. But if you like her, I won't stand in your way. But I'd like to hear the truth. Because this kind of stuff could affect our friendship, you know. Me? I'm just interested in her, that's all. It isn't love or anything. From what I can tell, she doesn't even seem to like me. It's pretty clear from how she acts when she's around me.
As you know, Zach, I'm cautious with women. It's because I was badly burned in my last relationship.
I really have no idea what women are thinking. That's my problem.
Do
You're
we
pretty
all?
friendly with the ladies, aren't you, Zach?
Maybe you should teach me about how to interact with women.
I mean, this bit also does feel a little bit fillerish, doesn't it? Like, we're gonna get, like, an army with King Arthur and go, get on with it!
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
He has arrived. We'll find out what this bit is, and then we'll probably call it there until Sunday. Well, until Sunday morning when I stream more Biomutant. This better not be another fucking puzzle, though.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, please proceed to Mr. Stewart's room. There he awaits you, I shall assume.
If you rhyme one more time, I will stick that piano where the sun doesn't shine. Great. Another chuffing puzzle. What is it this time? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 6 by 6. This must be another one of those gimmicks, yep. But it doesn't give us a fucking clue what we're supposed to be doing in the first place. Unless there's some one of these rooms are missing. Yeah, there's somewhere missing. Right, okay, so I'm going to go save it. And then that's where we will call it. Uh, 14, 23, 26. Yeah, another of Harry's games. So is it on the axis of 142326? I wonder. But we'll find out next time we play it. Right, so thank you very much everyone for being here today for this extra stream. Well, extra 2 streams, kind of. I should hopefully be back Sunday morning. So take care. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.